The Red Wheelbarrow is a poem by American modernist poet and physician William Carlos Williams. The poem was originally published without a title and was designated as XXII as the 22nd work in Williams' 1923 book Spring and All, a hybrid collection which incorporated alternating selections of free verse poetry and prose. It is one of Williams' most frequently anthologized poems, and is considered a prime example of early 20th-century Imagism. Writing and publication. The pictorial style in which the poem is written owes much to the photographs of Alfred Stieglitz and the precisionist style of Charles Sheeler, an American photographer-painter whom Williams met shortly before composing the poem. The poem represents an early stage in Williams' development as a poet. It focuses on the objective representation of objects, in line with the Imagist philosophy that was 10 years old at the time of the poem's publication. The poem is written in a brief, haiku-like free verse form. With regard to the inspiration for the poem, Williams wrote, "The Red Wheelbarrow sprang from affection for an old Negro named Marshall. He had been a fisherman, caught porgies off Gloucester. He used to tell me how he had to work in the cold and freezing weather, standing ankle-deep in cracked ice packing down the ice. He said he didn't unregistered trademark tea feel cold. He never felt cold in his life until just recently. I liked that man, and his son Milton almost as much. In his backyard I saw the red wheelbarrow surrounded by the white chickens. I suppose my affection for the old man somehow got into the writing." In 2015, research identified the man who had inspired the work, Thaddeus Lloyd Marshall Sr., who lived a few blocks away from Williams in Rutherford, New Jersey and is buried in Ridgelawn Cemetery in neighboring Clifton. When the poem was originally published in Spring and All, it was simply titled XXII, denoting the poem's order within the book. Referring to the poem as the Red Wheelbarrow has been frowned upon by some critics, including Neil Easterbrook, who said that such reference gives the text a specifically different frame from that which Williams originally intended. Critical reception. The poet John Hollander cited the Red Wheelbarrow as a good example of enjambment to slow down the reader, creating a meditative poem. The editors of Exploring Poetry believe that the meaning of the poem and its form are intimately bound together. They state that since the poem is composed of one sentence broken up at various intervals, it is truthful to say that so much depends upon each line of the poem. This is so because the form of the poem is also its meaning. This viewpoint is also argued by Henry M. Sayre, who compared the poem to the ready-made artwork of Marcel Duchamp. Peter Baker analyzed the poem in terms of theme, writing that Williams is saying that perception is necessary to life and that the poem itself can lead to a fuller understanding of one's experience. Kenneth Lincoln saw humor in the poem, writing, "Perhaps it adds up to no more than a small comic lesson in the necessity of things in themselves." References. External links: critical essays on the Red Wheelbarrow, Hard Ross on the linguistics of the poem.